Leave it at that. Otherwise, what you're showing is you're immature as well. Because Guruji says a Gursikh should not delight in somebody's death or punishment and say, "Theek hai, karma is wrong." Or not be disheartened by his own punishment either. Say, "I have to be better. I have to be better next time." Well, the Kirpan pit seems to be how can I put it? There's two ways of doing this. There are certain sections in the Sikh community who very strongly believe that Guru Sahib is actually partaking in the food, right? And there's the other strong section who said, no, Guru Sahib Pravan kar rahe hai, Guru Sahib is accepting your offering and blessing it. Those that are saying Guru Sahib is partaking of the food really can't prove that the food's been taken. Because food isn't taken. Guru Sahib doesn't eat prashad. We know that. Guru Sahib is Shabd Avatar, Shabd Guru, right? So it seems as though the majority of the Panth is of this view, and most scholars of this view, that actually what we're doing, we're offering up food to Guruji to blessing. And Guruji blesses it when you put the Kirpan in. And that's the Maryada that the Panth has made in terms of the code of conduct. We do Ardas, Sache Pasha, Deek Pravan Karni, and then the person. In Guru Sahib's time, apparently, historically, Guru Sahib used to use an arrow and used to arrow through it. Now it's Kirpan. But really what we're saying is, Guru Sahib, please bless this food so they can be shared out in the Sunday. And forgive us for any mistake we made in preparing the prashad. But again, don't underestimate the part of the prashad either. If it's made with love and devotion and simran, right, it's very powerful. And if it gets Guru's blessing, then what's the limit? Who knows?
What's your thoughts on, like, sometimes you hear so-and-so Gurudwaras attempting to do 25 Khand Paths that weekend, that one thing.
If they're doing it all in one go in a line, then I'm not really enthusiastic about that, because you can only hear one part. You can't hear all 25 parts. If you did, it'd be chaos. So the rest of the 24 is just sitting there following the other party. If they're doing it one by one, then I think it's a great thing, because it gives the Sanghat a lot of time to listen to part and do part. But it's not like you should put a show on saying we're going to do 24 or 101 Khand parts. Then I think maybe it's just blowing your ego. But I'm not going to say they are doing they're committing a sin. No, they're still doing parts, so we can't really go out that way. But I think in terms of even one part done properly with love and devotion is that powerful that you can't measure the blessings. So if they're doing 25, if it's not for egoistic reasons, then what is it for? Are they going to get more blessings? Are they saying that 25 parts are worth more than one part? It's the same Bani. No, I think it's just how people have developed this understanding of the Panth. Some Babis have developed this. Or let me just end on this note, and you probably understand. Gyani Harwan Singh has done a translation of Sri Guru Granth Sahib in 14 volumes. It's actually 30, but 30 has 2 parts, so it's 14. And it's the latest translation of Guru Granth Sahib called Darshan Nirne Steek. It's the only translation that has a comparison of all the other scholars' views on the controversial lines in Gurbani where they disagree on a meaning. He puts them all down, then he says, I think this meaning is near the truth. No other translation has that. They just give that translation and that's it, job done. In his translation, he says, now others that translation, one of his books, he said, talking about Khand parts, a very, very rich Gursikh, his only son became very, very ill. And he became that ill that really, doctor said, sorry, there's no chance of him surviving, he's going to die. And he was very rich, so what does the parent do? When his only son's going to die, they do everything. And he went everywhere, any santi he met, he went, he did what they wanted. And then somebody said, hey, so-and-so is a very powerful son, well, you can go to him. He went, and the son said to him, well, your son can live, but you've got to do a counterpart with a total controlled Maryada. There's no other way. It will take 25 sevadars. The Panj Pathi, the Panj Peredar, the Panj Tufiye, the Panj Pothiyare, you know, it's going to cost you so much. He said, money is not a problem. He said, it's going to do with Murada. He said, well, you do it then. You know the Murada. I don't know that. You do it. That was my son lives. And so, why not? They did their counterpart. Everything to the Murada. The son passed away. The son was nowhere to be seen. Just disappeared. The whole family left seeking. It was that much of a shock for them. How can it be? There's nothing, there's no God. We were promised that our son would live if we did all this. They didn't realize that life and death is a reality in life. One day we will all die. If our counterparts were meant to save people, then nobody would die. No, our counterparts are there to enlighten people into a higher plane, into a higher spiritual plane where there is no death because there's no fear of death. Not to save you from body death. Body is going to decay sooner or later. With age, have you seen your parents or your grandparents? Look at that photo when they're young and compare that photo with how they're old. Hey, your face is now all wrinkled. Grandma, look at when you were young. It's the same person, for God's sake. What's happened? It's called age. And the bad news is, I'm nearly there. You'll get there one day. And you can't escape it. That's the bad news. There's no escape from that. You try to shave yourself, you can try to dye your hair, it won't work. You say, puts it beautifully in our side, Je Jarvana Parhare, Jarves Karindi Aye. If you try to ignore your aging, it will come in a different form. You dye your hair, you know what happens? The face starts wrinkles. You try to remove them with operations. The knees start aching. You try to put your knee plants in. The heart starts slowing down. You try to exercise. And before you know it, Baba death's there. Aya, time ho gaya. मैं तारे भक्ति करनी है. तू आगे गाने गाने भक्ति नहीं होनी. तू अपने स्वार्थ है या. So forget about it. You're going to age. Make the most of what you've got now. Be thankful to Guruji that you're fit. While you're fit, but Guruji puts it beautifully. Apna pajas. Apna pajas. Pajas kab pai? Ave ant na pajya jai. If you do not remember God now, when are you going to remember Him? Because when death comes, you've got no chance. He won't let you. He will not let you say, "Tera time hoya, chal, देखना, मैंने हुन गुरदे जाना दे, मैंने अरदास करना दे, तेरा time चला जा, चल." You got no time. So life is very precious. And Guruji tells us that. Pai prapat manuk dehuriya. This word really is a very difficult word to pronounce. Most say dehuriya again, sorry. Right? Dehuriya. And it's very hard to say it, but you know the word de is dehuriya. There's an anchor on the ha, right? Dehuriya. And it's very hard to say when you're saying it fast. So you have to slow down a bit. It says dehuriya, not dehuriya, dehuriya. And it sounds like dehuriya, but actually you slow down on the dehuriya, dehuriya. That's what the word is. Govind milne ki, ye teri bariya. This is your time to meet God. No other time. अबर काज तेरे किते ना काम मेरे साथ संगत पाज केवल नाम. All things that you do in life will have no benefit whatsoever in the end. They might benefit you here. You might get a Mercedes, you might get a big house, yes, but they will have no benefit when the end comes. The only benefit you have is साथ संगत में जाके मन ला के भक्ति कर, या पानी सुन, या सेवा कर. That will bear fruit. Okay.